A very good morning. Thanks for tuning into Times Now. I'm Kritsween Walia, and we start with the biggest story we're tracking. 2:30 p.m. is when the Varanasi District Court will come out with the all-important judgment in the Gyanvapi case. The Varanasi District Court, which had earlier reserved its ruling on the maintainability of the petition seeking permission for daily worship at the Shringar Gauri Temple, allegedly situated inside the Kashi Vishwanath Gyanvapi Mosque premises, will be pronouncing the verdict today itself. Close to 2:30 p.m. is when we're expecting the final word to come in from the court. Now remember, the court had earlier ordered videography and survey inside the mosque premises on the petition. The report of the videography survey inside the Gyanvapi Mosque, which was adjacent to Kashi Vishwanath Temple in Varanasi, had already been submitted in the court. Ahead of the verdict, Section 144 has meanwhile been imposed in Varanasi, and security has been increased across the district. Security teams are carrying out checks at various locations. In fact, district officials can also be seen carrying out inspections to keep a tab on the security measures in Varanasi ahead of the verdict. So those are the latest details coming in with regards to what is expected later this afternoon. But remember, this is the case that dates back to the month of April in 2021, when 5 Delhi-based women demanded permission for daily worship and performing rituals at the Shringar Gauri Temple, the outer wall of Gyanvapi Mosque, to begin with. The petitioners also sought to refrain the opponents from carrying any damage to the idols. Now, currently, the devotees are allowed to worship the Shringar Gauri on the 4th day of Chaitra Navratra, but it has been an ongoing war of words ever since, and a lot really depends on what the court notes today itself. Listen into some of the reactions coming in.
Definitely, whatever facts and documents we have proved before the Honorable Court, and whatever arguments we have made, our legal submissions before the Honorable Court, we feel and we believe that their application filed by the Muslim community and the Masjid Committee under Order 7 Rule 11 will be dismissed, and this suit will proceed further. Whatever reliefs we have asked for, right to worship, as well as for breaking of the walls of the Wazu Khana, as well as for breaking of the artificial walls present in the Vyasji Tehkhana, all those applications will be agitated and argued and allowed, as well as application for carbon dating of the Shivling. All those applications will be considered in the future. But as of now, we believe and that we have strong merits in the case. 25 judgments of the Supreme Court have been cited before the Honorable Court.
Maintainability question is very simple. They are saying, Muslims are saying, that suit is barred by Place of Worship Act. Why it is not so? Place of Worship Act equally applies to us also in our favor. Because we have pleaded and shown a number of places where Hindu puja was going on till 1993. What talk of 1947? Till 1993. When by raising iron barricading, Mulayam Singh ousted Hindus from worshipping, and they were dispossessed. So here is the question whether our right be restored or not, which to the puja which are going on in 1993.
Let me go across to my colleague Nilashish joining us from Varanasi. Good morning to you, Nilashish. Take us through the arrangements that have been made and also what is expected from the court, because this has been a long-standing demand of the Hindu side, a constant opposition that it has met from the other end, and the war of words though continues. What can we expect from the court today? All right, we'll just go across to Nilashish, but it is District Judge A.K. Vishvesh who's likely to pronounce the order on whether the case by the women that led to a survey inside the Gyanvapi Mosque will continue to be heard, or whether it will cease to have any legal standing. So the question today is really about the maintainability. But let me first up go across to the lawyer from the Hindu side, Vishnu Jain, joining us on the phone line. Mr. Jain, now we just heard a reaction come in from you. You're extremely hopeful of the verdict turning out to be in your favor.
Yeah, I'm hopeful because because the reason for being hopeful is a strong legal research, a strong historical as well as spiritual research into the matter, and therefore we believe that this case cannot be rejected at the admission stage. obviously it has to pass the test of Order 7, Rule 11, and the Places of Worship Act in this particular matter is attracted in our favor. The Waqf Act is not attracted, and all the documents which have been cited by the Muslim side are not attracted in this particular matter. Therefore, I believe, then I am hopeful that the application filed by the Masjid Committee under Order 7, Rule 11 will be rejected.
Okay, Mr. Jain, now this has been a long-standing dispute involving the two shrines, the petitioners representing the Kashi Vishwanath Temple and you also arguing for that very side have sought the declaration that the mosque stands on the land belonging to Hindus, whereas the Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid has been opposing it. They say that this is a Waqf property and hence all of these arguments made by you are invalid. So what would you say to that argument that has been presented time and again?
I want to say that Muslim side or the Masjid Committee has not filed a single document to show that this property in question has been registered as the Waqf property. Second point is that the Supreme Court has already categorically held in 1979 and in 2010 that if a land which belongs to the deity, that land cannot be dealt with by the Waqf Act, because if the dispute is between a Hindu community and the members of the Muslim community, it has to be decided by the civil court. And I want to emphasize and say it again for the sake of repetition that Muslim community or the Masjid committee has not filed a single document to show that this property belongs to the Waqf property.
All right, before I let you go, Mr. Jain, if the court rules in your favor with regards to the maintainability aspect here, what is going to be the next course of action adopted by you?
My next course of action will be that I will immediately ask for the carbon dating of the shivling, and I will immediately ask for breaking of those artificial walls which are within those shivling, and therefore we will proceed further in that direction. The commission report will be given a quietus, and apart from that, evidence will be led so far as the historical and legal aspects of the matter is concerned.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Vishnu Jain. Let me quickly bring in my colleagues Nilashish and Sabyasachi joining us. Nilashish is joining us live from Varanasi. Nilashish, first up, take us through the scenes there. What kind of security arrangements are in place? Because this is a long-standing dispute. You know, both these sides extremely confident of the ruling coming out in their favor, but we're going to have to wait till post 2 p.m. What are the current scenes that you're witnessing around you?
Well, absolutely, Kritzween. We are here at Gadolia Chowk. If I can ask my video journalist to come and show you this entire space here. Now, this particular visual that you see, this goes towards the popular Dashashwamedh Ghat. You can see there are a number of people who are coming out from that side, having paid their respects, having gone down to the Ghat that side. And here, this is the road that leads up to the Kashi Vishwanath Temple. As you can see, there is barricading in place as of now, and also a number of police officials are here at the ready. They're regulating the traffic and the movement towards this particular side, towards the Kashi Vishwanath Temple. Of course, at this point, we have seen a two-layer barricading here to ensure that the law and order situation remains intact. There is absolutely no issues. In fact, all around this chalk, if I can show you, there are police officials who are at the ready to ensure that there is absolutely no issue with the law and order situation. Having spoken to them, they seem very confident and have said that the kind of crowd that is around today, it's a normal thing. It doesn't really change much. However, let's not forget, Kritzween, that there is Section 144 imposed in various parts of the district as well. Now, as far as security arrangements are concerned, we even came from the court side. The court also has a great deal of police and security personnel at the ready. Now, if we talk about the matter, of course, both sides fairly confident of the order being in their favor. When it comes to the maintainability aspect, the Supreme Court, of course, had asked the district judge to take this up, and on the 24th of August, after a detailed hearing on part of both sides, the order was reserved. Now, also what we have learned from the Hindu side is that as far as they're concerned, they will, if the order is in their favor, they will seek further applications to carbon date, to further survey the area, and thereafter move for the right to pray as well. Now, the Muslim side is also saying that the right to worship does not exist as far as Places of Worship Act is concerned. They have pressed on the Places of Worship Act through the hearing, saying that the case in itself is not maintainable. As we spoke to both sides, they both said whatever the order is, whoever it's against, the other party will in fact go and challenge it in the higher court. So depending on this order, we will have to wait and watch what exactly transpires thereafter. But as of now, again, if I can show you, this is the mood in Varanasi. It's a pleasant day and a number of people are here around this area. You can see the Shashwamedh route is completely full of people, devotees who are looking to offer their respects and go towards the ghat. But as far as security is concerned, this is the main road. This is the road that leads towards Kashi Vishwanath Temple, and you can see the security personnel here are at the ready, and they have been here since the wee hours of the morning to ensure that there is absolutely no problem whatsoever. Back to you.
All right, let me go across to Sabyasachi as well to get a sense of what's happening. Remember, a lot of what the court rules today is also going to have a direct bearing on the filming, because remember, a month before the Supreme Court's intervention, Sabyasachi, in the case, the Varanasi Civil Court had ordered the filming of the Gyanvapi Mosque, and the Muslim side since then has been opposing the very idea of revealing the contents of that very video, the videography survey that was conducted. So much of what the court rules today is also going to have a direct bearing on that. But what are the scenes that you're picking up, Sabyasachi?
Well, absolutely. See, that is a very important aspect, and what happens today in Gyanvapi would directly have an impact on Mathura as well, because in Mathura today there is a hearing where Shailendra Singh, who is the petitioner, who is the advocate, along with him around 7 of the law students have filed a petition in the Mathura District Court asking that all the cases which has been filed regarding the transfer of land from Idgah to Krishna Janmabhoomi Trust should be compiled together and heard together. Let me tell you that the Mathura District Court was doing a day-to-day hearing regarding this dispute, but the Allahabad High Court had stayed this day-to-day hearing on 9th of August. And on 29th of August, the Allahabad High Court has said that first the court need to give permission for the videography of the Shahi Idgah Masjid. For that, around 1 advocate should be appointed who should be named as the commissioner. 2 more advocates should be appointed as assistant commissioner, and the videography of the Shahi Idgah Masjid should be submitted to the court within a time period of 4 months. This particular petition was moved to the Allahabad High Court by Manish Yadav. Earlier, he had filed the same petition at the Mathura District Court, but at that particular time the day-to-day hearing was going on, and he also said that the matter has been pending for too long and there is no advance. So today the Hindu side, all the petitioners, total 12 petitioners, are looking towards what's going to happen at the Gyanvapi hearing, what will come up in the order, because that will be crucial, because time and again what the petitioner here in Mathura have been demanding is on the lines of Gyanvapi.
All right. So yes, important what's going to happen in Mathura as well, because the court there had fixed the September the 12th, that is today, as the next date of hearing into the Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi Shahi Masjid Idgah dispute, and also thereafter made some observations which will be now followed up today itself. For the moment, if we shift our focus back to what's happening in Varanasi, remember, security has been beefed up in Varanasi, and here's a police reaction coming on the latest situation.
देखिए, माननीय न्यायालय का जो भी आदेश प्राप्त होगा उसकी कंप्लायंस कराना पुलिस का दायित्व है, और उसके लिए हम लोग सजग और सतर्क हैं। साथ ही शांति व्यवस्था बनाए रखना हमारी प्राथमिक जिम्मेदारी है, और सभी समुदाय के जो समझदार और अच्छे लोग हैं उनके साथ निरंतर हमारा संपर्क है। तो हमें उम्मीद करते हैं कि बहुत शांतिपूर्ण माहौल में जो भी न्यायालय का आदेश होगा उसकी कंप्लायंस सुनिश्चित कराई जाएगी।